Caps win 4-3 against the New Jersey Devils. And in case you were wondering, I was worried not once during this entire game. This game is solid proof that you never ever need to give up on your team because there's always a chance that your team can come back into it. But I tell you what, after Hughes scores that goal in the second period and the Caps go down 2-0, the Caps fan base was pretty much this close to jumping off a cliff and just ending it all. People, stop giving up so easily. Have a little faith in your team for once. Caps weren't even getting outplayed in this game. The only bad part in this game was the first 10 minutes once again, which where does that new trend come from not playing in the first 10 minutes for this Caps team? But anyway, the only time that they were being outplayed was in the first 10 minutes when I think it took 11 minutes for the Caps to get their first shot on net. It was like 7-1 shots on net 11 minutes into the game. After that first shot, it was all Caps. And sometimes when your team outplays the opposition, it's shown big time on the scoreboard. And sometimes when your team outplays the opposition, the puck just doesn't fall in and you don't get to see the rewards from that. And this game is a prime example of that. The Caps were outshot 7-1 in the first 11 minutes of the first period. But they ended up ending the first period up in shots 11-10. And even though those shots on goal efforts were not reflected on the scoreboard and the Devils were able to go up 2-0 before the Caps finally got on the board, it doesn't take away from the fact that the Caps were playing a decent game. Way too many keyboard warriors are just hastily jumping on their computers ready to type out how pathetic this team is and how slow this team is and how old this team is and how bad the goaltending is and how bad the coaching is and how bad the management is and how bad everything is just because you went down 2 goals in a game. The Caps ended the first period up in shots 11-10 and down 1-0 in goals. They ended the second period down 2-1 in goals, but we're up in shots 26-15. That's right, the Caps tripled the Devils in shots in the second period, 15-5. That is not a team getting outplayed. Sometimes the puck crosses that line and sometimes it doesn't. You can outshoot your opponents 100-10, and sometimes you're not gonna score a goal. But we have to give a shout out to our bench boss, Peter Laviolette, for thinking on his feet and reacting in time and changing things up when he saw that something needed to be changed. Somewhere during the second period, Peter Laviolette realizes, hey, we're getting a lot of shots on net, but this isn't working. So what does he do? He moves Eller up to the first line to center Ovechkin and Wilson. And what a move that turned out to be. Every single shift was on point for that line, and it worked out. We draw penalties, we go on the power play, and look, TJ Oshie with magical hands tipping in the puck, the Caps get on the board 2-1. And then something clicked, man. Something changed in that locker room during their second intermission because the Caps, they came out for the third period and they came out hard. They finally did it. They finally found their game of heavy hitting, grind them down, and just punish your opposition for playing the puck kind of game. And when the Caps start playing like that, they are like a truck rolling downhill. There is no stopping them. It is sustained pressure in the zone. Puck works its way up to Dylan at the point. He fakes the shot, goes over to Carlson. Carlson with just a sweet shot. Perfectly placed, cleanly beats Dell. The Caps tie up the game early in the third. It's 2-2. And it doesn't stop there. The truck is still rolling downhill, and because he's moving his feet and playing his game, Panik draws a penalty. The Caps go back on the power play. And boy, is this power play fun to watch. Watch the replay on this power play. Ovechkin, instead of staying in his office, he creeps down to the crease and starts creating chaos. New Jersey Devils, they don't know what to do. Ovechkin's not in his office. What do we do? What do we do? And because the Devils are scrambling trying to figure out coverage, Oshie is left all alone in the high slot position. Puck comes to him, and he even has a half a second to settle it down before he sends it on its way. Puck beats Dell clean. The Caps take the lead for the first time of the game. Oshie gets his second goal of the game, second power play goal of the game, and the Caps have stunned the New Jersey Devils. And then, if taking the lead wasn't enough, to add insult to injury, Chara decides just to beat up a little kid and take his lunch money on top of it all. But the train doesn't stop there because the Caps continued to press the attack. Carl Hagelin draws a trip. The Caps go back on a power play. And then, folks, the man we all love to see score, Ovechkin, gets on the board on the power play. Goal number 712 is in the books. A goal, I might add, that was completely made possible by TJ Oshie. He wins that offensive zone faceoff cleanly back, and he is the one that has the amazing pass across the crease to find Ovechkin wide open. Ovechkin has a layup to a 6x4 wide open net. That's the easiest goal of Ovechkin's career right there. aside from an empty net goal late in the game. Devils are able to put up one more goal with their goalie pulled, but there's like 11 seconds left at that point. It didn't matter. Dowd wins the next faceoff. They're able to possess until the buzzer sounds. The Caps win this one 4-3, and this is why you never give up hope, ladies and gentlemen. Always back your team and always believe that they will be able to come back into a game and win it all. Now, that's not to say they're allowed to play like this every game. I don't think my heart can take them getting strung up for 10 minutes to start every game before they actually finally decide to play. There is something huge to be said about belief and believing that the tides will always turn back in your favor and that your team will be able to claw their way back into any game. Folks, it takes 1 second to score a goal. Not even, it takes a millisecond to score a goal. That's the blink of an eye, which means it takes a blink of an eye to go from a 1-goal deficit to a tie game. And then it takes another blink of an eye to go from a tie game to a 1-goal lead. And then it takes one more blink of an eye to go from a 1-goal lead to a 2-point victory. But what do I know? I'm just a fan. Hey, if you like this video, smash that thumbs up button for me. It goes a long way towards helping the channel. And if you enjoyed your time here, consider subscribing to the channel. I'd love to see you come back. And as always, let's go Caps!